Shartimus, Shartimus rhyme. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it. Taking bad hits, taking bad shits.
Subscribe. Celine Dion, right? Hey, what's up you guys? Shartimus Prime here doing another Marvel Legends figure review on the 2016 Spider-Man Wave Space Knight Venom Build-A-Figure. I'm so happy to finally have this. If you're trying to pick this up, you can get it.
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
I really like this wave a lot. I think Hasbro has done a fantastic job, and applause to Hasbro for getting a character out that is still in the comics. I know that they have frustrations with making figures of characters, and then by the time the figure comes out, the character's either dead or no longer looks the way it looks. So the Space Knight Venom comic is still going strong, and he very much looks like this in the comics right now. Anyway, this arm right over here came with the Peter Parker Ultimate Spider-Man. This leg came with Silk. This leg came with Electro. This arm came with the Miles Morales Ultimate Spider-Man. The head came with Hobgoblin, and the torso came with Spider-Girl. Alright, so let's get this thing all built. Will you take us away, Bumblebee? Okay, so we're going to start with the arms right over here. Now, disassembling this figure, taking the arms off was the trickiest part. Those really wanted to stay in there, so hopefully I didn't ruin anything. It seems to snap in. Oh, come on, this one's not snapping in as well. Oh, no. Oh no, it looks alright. Hopefully it's fine. We'll see in a second. And then getting the left leg right over here, and then getting the right leg right over there. And here's a Space Knight Venom Build-A-Figure all completed. Now this is a very cool figure. I'm very happy with it. Big bulky figure, and looks just like how he should in the comics. My only complaint about this figure though is I wish that there was some blue shadowing effect. I wish that he wasn't just black and only white. I wish there was some more texture involved as far as the paint goes. But other than that, I really do like that. Now, if you're not really familiar with this version of Venom, it's the Flash Thompson Venom again, and the reason why he looks different from Agent Venom is because at some point the symbiote had actually either changed or was cleansed. Now, I'm not saying this off of Wikipedia, this is just from my memory of reading the comics. I thought that they had actually switched the symbiote, which is called Clintars, so the Clintar actually was swapped. So either way, the symbiote is a lot more manageable for him to deal with. However, more recently in the comic books, the Venom symbiote has gone crazy again. I guess another thing to distinguish this Venom symbiote than the other versions that we've seen in the past is that this is his distinguishable Guardians of the Galaxy look. So anyway, the paint came out a little fuzzy on some of the lines over here. As you can see the white going into the black. You can see, it's not totally crispy clean. I do like that we get the little yellow eye right in there. Same thing on this side right over there. But I really like the sculpt. The sculpt really impresses me more than anything else with this figure. I really like it a lot. A lot of etched out lines. Little knots right over here sculpted in there. Same thing on the back of the head, we get some nice line work. And looking at the top of the head, looks pretty good. I like this, man. And then looking at the torso, I really love that they actually sculpted out the logo right over here. This is a spider logo sculpted in there and not just painted on. So this is like a one-of-a-kind body mold. I do not know what they could use this body mold for other than Venom. But I really like this a lot. I think this is really cool. I mean, it actually is unique for Space Venom because you get this whole ribbed area right over here by the neck. So I don't think they're going to be able to reuse this for anything else. And I love seeing that. That's awesome seeing a unique mold. And pretty clean on the white paint too, Little parts here and there, I guess, that you could, nitpick on. But really, this is pretty solid, man. I am impressed. And bending this joint back, oh, the joint doesn't bend back that much, so, no. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Bending this back as far as it goes, which is not very far at all. You can see they painted it all the way through, just to darken things up a little bit so you could see the musculature and the sculpt. I think the sculpt came out really good on this, too. I really like it a lot. Then here's the deco, the Guardians / Nova deco right over there on the arm. And it's kind of hard to say exactly what is supposed to be centered. Like if you wanted the tip of this shield to match the tip right over there, then you could say it's off-centered. But when the arm is just facing straight down, it looks pretty centered to me. Same thing on this side. With the arm just facing straight down, it doesn't look too bad. But I don't think it matches the point right there that's sculpted in here. So, I don't know. I think it looks alright. It looks pretty clean. And looking on the back over here, they didn't skip out on any white paint. Very nice. The sculpt goes all the way through. Looks really good. I'm really happy with this. Again, just the only thing I miss from this thing is having some kind of blue shading throughout. I would have really liked that. But looking at the legs, they look really nice. You can see some more etched out line work in there. And I like the knee pads over here. It looks really good. I'm really digging the feet too. It has this shingled kind of shelly kind of look. And looking on the back, these lines are also sculpted in there. They're not just painted on black lines. And the white paint looks very abundant. I think they used a lot. I like it. And he has peg holes. Oh, and I can't forget the hands. The hands are awesome. I especially love how this came out right over here. Again, sculpted in lines, not just black paint. I love how this goes from the white to the black right there. That is cool. A little bit of extra white right there. Hopefully I can take that off somehow. This side is looking a little bit cleaner. Like I said, tiny little imperfections throughout, but not enough to complain about, man. This is a really good looking piece. So I like the articulation on this figure, even though I think there are some points here that could have been done a little bit better. For instance, he can look up, and I wish he could look up more than that. So, you know, that's still pretty far though, really. Yeah, so that's not too bad. His head does move all the way down. You do get side to side movement right over here, and not really any neck pivot. His shoulders move outward very far. I think that's great. Whoa, I popped the arm off. Let's see if I get it right back in there. See, it didn't really click all the way. But you can get this arm out all the way over here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's back in there. You can get the arms moving all the way down too. I think that's really good. You can move his arms forward. He has a rotation at the bicep, and he bends his elbows in at about 90 degrees. And then you do get a wrist swivel, and it does hinge up and down. And these fingernails are quite sharp. Be careful with those. Not as bad as the Select Anti-Venom though. Anyway, he crunches forward a reasonable amount, and he crunches back some. He does have the waist swivel. The hip joints move all the way out, which is awesome. I like that. And he can kick forward quite a bit, and he does move back some at the leg. He has an upper thigh cut, and I have to say that this keeps splitting on me, but you know, it's just during this articulation demonstration. Anyway, double jointed knees, the ankles move down, up, and he does have the ankle pivot. Now measuring out this Venom figure, you can see that he's standing right at 8 inches tall. And then for your Venom comparison, we have the Venom Space Knight compared to the Mac Gargan Venom, and then we have the Agent Venom, and then we have the most recently Eddie Brock Venom. And unfortunately, you cannot swap the heads out on any of these. I tried it with this one over here. It's not working on this guy. The ball peg's just way too big on the Space Knight Venom. And then here's the Space Venom compared to the Marvel Select Venom. And I was really thinking I could pop this head onto that body, but it's not going to happen. As you can see, peg is very, very small compared to this. It's just not going to work. Yeah. But it would look like it would match the size. I don't know, will that work? Yeah. If you can get that resting on the peg, that actually looks pretty cool. However, when you turn it around, boom, ball peg. And I was also thinking using a Steve Rogers head sculpt on here would be kind of neat, you know, to show Flash Thompson, but again, it does not fit. Then here's our Space Venom Build-A-Figure compared to all the figures from this wave. Now if I were to rank this set, I would put the Spider-Girl at the bottom just because she's so obscure and I can't really find myself posing her around with many other figures. Then next I would say the Hobgoblin, just not my favorite Hobgoblin figure. Then after that I would actually say Electro, even though I do think Electro is a better figure than the Silk, it's just that I already have 2 Electros, so then it's Electro, then it's Silk, and then between these 3 it's just a tie. Man, I'm very happy with both of these Ultimate Spider-Man figures, and I really love the Space Venom, so it's like these 3 right here all tie for the top spot. And then here's our Venom Space Knight Build-A-Figure compared to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Hey, so with you being in outer space and everything, how's the Spider-Man fan club going, huh?
Spidey our favorite!
Oh my god, let go! Let go! Now one thing I didn't mention earlier is that the upper torso is actually very hollow on this figure, which makes him a little bit lighter than you'd think he would be. And I like that, because it makes it a little bit easier getting him on a flight stand, such as the Mafex stand right over here. As you can see, the figure doesn't look up as much as I'd like it to, so that's another gripe of mine. And one thing I learned by doing the stop motion is that you cannot get his arms bending inward as much as I would like him to. It's just a little bit tricky getting him into that bear hug. But I still really like the figure. I guess with those extra complaints that will put the Ultimate Spider-Man above this as far as my favorites go, but still a great wave nonetheless. I highly recommend it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please hit the like button. Click any of the boxes popping up over here for more Shart all over tu cara y tus ojos. If you have not yet hit the subscribe button, please hit that button right over there. I do have the X-Men wave of Marvel Legends coming up very soon. And if you want to check out my last 2 videos, I did a review on the Electro figure yesterday, as well as a BBTS unboxing, which included the new Marvel Legends X-Men wave. I want to give a big thanks to those of you that take the extra step in supporting this channel at Patreon. Your guys' support is very much appreciated. Thank you so much for keeping these videos going. I spent a lot of time on the stop motion and pumping these reviews out for you guys, so thank you again. And if you want to see a photo gallery of images, you can find it at marvelousnews.com. I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Closing action figures.
digging the